So the Flash comes back with another episode and a special guest star. Yeah, and a returning villain, the Ramsey Rosso guy who turned into sort of like Venom, but more like an evil oil slick that turns everybody into zombies. Well, he wants to turn everybody into zombies again, but now he's discovered something they should have dealt with more carefully rather than just say it. The multiverse wasn't destroyed after all, and so he wants to infect the entire multiverse with his essence. So basically, he's everything, because everyone else just becomes his zombies and all that. So anyway, it's Barry's birthday. Yay! And they have a surprise party, but Ramsey put his blood in the champagne, so they drink it, and now they're his zombies. It's terrible, but as efforts go, it's not as bad as some of the other ones. So, I'll give them that. They had their basic plot of what to deal with their villain, and their soap opera scenes were geared to that. Barry's struggling with survivor's guilt. There's so many friends and loved ones that died, but he's still there, and he feels bad about it. Meanwhile, Wally West shows up, and turns out he's still jealous of Barry got to be Joe West's son and not him. So, Mr. Oil Slick takes care of that and uses that against him because he needs Kid Flash to help him open up the portal to the multiverse. Turns out Kid Flash was seeking alternate timelines, or so he thought. That's one of the things about multiverse stuff, where they say, oh, but this is alternate timelines. Well, it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, how's that all fit anyway? Oh, well, infinity or something. So anyway, that's somehow Ramsey was spying on him or something. I don't know. And figured out how he could use him to give him access to the new multiverse. So he turns him against Barry, and then he kills him. So he falls down and then wakes up in, I don't know, purgatory or heaven. And guess who's there? Yes, that's right. It's Oliver Queen. Green Arrow. And he's still the Spectre, see? And he's like, well, you screwed up, Barry, and the Venom oil slick guy is going to take over the universe. I mean, the multiverse. Multiverse? What do you mean? Well, you can't really destroy one. It just created a new one, so there's still a multiverse out there. Wow. Oh, no. What do we do? What about Iris and the baby? Turns out the baby, since it's little Nora and has speed powers, is helping Iris not be taken over by the zombie virus thing. But she doesn't really do anything. Chester is trying to do something, but he really doesn't do anything either because he doesn't drink. He didn't drink the oil blood. But his girlfriend did. But don't worry. Not Frost or Caitlin. I mean, Keon shows up and freezes everybody. Says, don't worry, they're perfectly safe. Which they wouldn't be. He says, I froze all the water in their body. Yeah. So anyway, the Flash and Green Arrow have to return to Earth. Because, he's Spectre and he can do that. And because the multiverse is in danger, he can come back. So there he is, dressed up as Green Arrow. And, John Diggle showed up to the party as well and was going to give Green Arrow's old bow to Barry. And so since it was just sitting there on the table, he had his bow ready to go. Yeah. So anyway, of course, they end up in a parking lot that's completely empty because everyone's home in bed in Central City all the time. And they have to deal with Mr. Oil Slick and then corrupted Wally West, who runs around the city with Barry as they fight and stuff. And then Barry has to tell him, look, I'm sorry you felt left out, but that was never the case because I love you. So love wins, and Wally's like, I'm sorry, Barry. And there you go. His influence is over. But meanwhile, Green Arrow's got to shoot an arrow into the portal to stop it from infecting the multiverse. But then Russo turns into a giant skull bloody thing. But also sicks a bunch of zombie SWAT team guys on Green Arrow, whom he shoots a couple of them. Well, maybe it was like a tranquilizer arrow. So anyway, then he beats the crap out of him, so you have some, last-minute arrow action from the old days. And then the big monster guy beats him. And John Diggle shows up in his stupid little helmet. Because, I don't know, they weren't allowed to make him Green Lantern. I mean, they could have. It would have been cheap looking and everything, I'm sure, but still, So, but then Barry shows up, and him and Wally use lightning bolt ropes to hold down Oil Slick Man, and then Green Arrow gets the shot, and that's that. It cures everybody of the Oil Slick blood, including Rosso himself. And he's like, "Oh no, I'm just a normal man now." Yeah, now you're going to prison. And he's not happy about it, but, what are you going to do? So then they all have their goodbyes with Oliver and all that. And then Barry says, "Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing good?" And he essentially says, "Yeah, sure, Barry." Then he disappears. The end. Well, I mean, look, they had two options. Either he's a ghost from heaven or whatever, or he was just a dream. And they did do dream sequences in this as well, because what's haunting Barry? And it was some stupid scenes too, where he's on a TV show, or it doesn't matter. And then Wally has to watch his mom die of heroin. Anyway, again, as they go, how bad the show has become. This is probably about as good as it gets for how, among the bad. That's as good as I can do for this.